mouth, you might get smacked in it. My windows is black tinted, my stash got packs in it. Every verse that I spit got nothing but facts in it. The hood got rats in it, my phone got tapped, and it's getting on my damn nerves. I gotta disguise words. I might be riddling, talking about some Skittles, and you better get it, cause the police know about the Izzling. The block is sizzling, it ain't no place for visiting. I'm trying to get these Benjamins, I'm a hustling citizen. They trying to get us in, it's what we living in. My bail set aside, just in case they catch me slipping. But I ain't tripping, I'm just blazing that fire. It's the Rap with Rha radio show, we outside.
We outside, it's your boy, Rha Rha, aka Rha to the same thing. And I'm here with my beautiful co-host. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Yes, it's your girl Super One. Still leaping tall buildings in a single bound. What it do, boo?
You know, just another day in the neighborhood. You know, a beautiful Monday, shall I say? You know, it feels good outside.
It turned out wonderful.
Yeah, it did. No rain, no.
It's
no
a little
snow.
chill in the air,
a little chill.
It's
not too much.
Welcome improvement from what we've been having. But as you know, we live in St. Louis. And that could change just as quickly as it warmed up. It could be just as cold.
It could be freezing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The blink of an eye. I already know. It did that like last week, I think. Everybody came out in their shorts.
That's the luck of the draw when you live in the beautiful city of St. Louis.
Nah, for real, you know. So, yeah, this is just a beautiful Monday. You know, this is the Rap with Rha radio show where we like to showcase up-and-coming St. Louis talent. You know, we like to keep y'all informed on what's going on in St. Louis. Like, you know, just, you know, things you need to know and you might don't know. You know, we like to tell y'all stuff, you know. And this show right here, you know what I'm saying, this is it's an interesting show. You know what I mean? This is
Why
a great show. It just is, you know, because we got a special guest.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got a special. We're going to get to the special guest in a minute, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I want to tell the people about my weekend that just passed, you know, real quick. You know, so I had a wonderful weekend, shall I say.
Did you?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like a regular routine, you know, when you go to work and, you know, you just do regular things, you know. However, something happened.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Oh man, I'm talking about hold on with the
you gonna find the sound for that.
This ain't even the right one, but you know what?
We'll go with it.
We're gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all after the drum roll.
So tell us,
right,
what the hell happened?
Man, there was a fight at the Dalewood Market, y'all. Tales from the Dale. Tales from the
wow.
mother effing Dale. I'm telling you, it was a fight. Yeah, a fight broke out, so what happened was, I'm going to tell y'all what I was doing when everything happened, right? All right, so this how it went down. This how I found out about the fight. All right, so, and I told people I was going to talk about it on the podcast, so I'm going to talk about it. So look, I was in the cooler. I was stocking beer. I was putting the beer here and the beer there. And as I was putting beers here's and there's, I hear a commotion. Like, what is this commotion? And it's somebody, all I'm hearing is podcast. Podcast.
Podcast.
So, yeah, I heard the word. I heard it while I was inside of the cooler. I heard the word podcast. I'm like, it sounds like my type of word. So
right.
I'll jump out the cooler, right? I run out inside the store. I'm like, what's going on? Who said podcast? So I look around, and this guy, right? He's really emotional, and he's screaming. He's like passionate about what he's talking about. And he's like, hey, put that on your podcast. Put that on your podcast. I'm like, who is this guy talking about put that on my podcast? Who is this? So I look around, right? And I see the guy, and he told me to put it on podcast. I'm like, what? Put what? What happened? What happened? So he was like, you ain't see that? You ain't see what I did? You ain't see that? I'm like, nah, I ain't see nothing. I was in the cooler putting a beer here and a beer there and a beer here. And that's what I was doing. So he was like, no, put that on your podcast. So I'm like, all right, what time it happened, man? Because I want to get the footage so I can actually put it on the podcast.
Right,
you know
since this person was so passionate about you doing that.
All passionate about me doing this. So, you know, so I tell him the time. So he was kind of lit. This person was kind of like, ugh, he was lit. Like he had some Espillon or some Don Julio or something. I don't know what he had. He was lit. You know what I'm saying? So while he lit and he telling me to put on the podcast, I'm like, man, give me the time. You know what I'm saying? Write it down. So he like, all right, what time is it? 10. That's what it sounded like to me. But I kind of got it. You know what I'm saying? So it was 10:30 between 10:40. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write it down. So I wrote it down. I think I did. I don't even remember where I put the paper that I wrote down. But you know, I wrote it down for him. You know, so we gonna get the footage, y'all. We gonna get the footage and we gonna show y'all what happened on this day where it was a fight that broke out outside. And it must have been something real because on my Facebook, Rha Rha, RHA, that's my name on Facebook. Y'all go follow me. ASAP. Go do that. Go check me out. I went live on Facebook, right? And I show a little bit of the situation. So it was police. It was ambulance. it was all the above. You know what I mean? And they actually like it was
So
a girl.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, what was it? Some girl stuff?
I seen a girl with like 2 lumps on her forehead. They're like 2 big old hickeys on her forehead, like 2 big lumps, like boop, bop, bop.
That
boop,
means
bop.
she got skibbity pap.
Yeah, she
Somebody skibbity papped her
real quick.
up.
Yeah, they must have got her. They must have got her because like when the police and the ambulance was examining the lumps, they was like, them not lady lumps right there.
Nah,
they
them
don't belong.
skibbity
Nah,
paps.
yeah, they don't belong right in
Yeah.
that spot. So yeah, they was like examining the lady lump. Well, not they were lady lumps. They were just lumps on her head. So when they examined the lumps, they took her in the ambulance, right? So as she got in the ambulance, they just took her off, and then everybody else they proceeded to sit on the parking lot and talk about the skibbity paps. You know what I mean? So we like, damn, a bunch of skibbity papping went on, and I didn't see it because I was in the cooler putting a beer here and
But
putting
you
a
know,
beer
I
there.
did see some said footage, and it was a lot going on.
You seen some of that footage?
It was a lot going on.
What did you see?
I saw ambulance. I saw
Mhm.
police. I think it was St. Louis
Popos.
County and unincorporated.
Yeah, them motherfuckers.
I seen numerous members of the community out there, so it was going down.
Yeah.
Let's just y'all believe your girl Super One. It was going down.
Yeah, so it was
At the Dalewood Market.
yeah,
But you know, from what
tales
I
to the
hear, you know, I keep my ear to the street.
Okay.
From what I hear, somebody rolled up on someone. We won't say any names on this show, but somebody rolled up on somebody else, tried to skibbity pap him up.
Whoa.
And a girl came out of left field and bink, 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 bink,
bop,
bink,
bop,
bink,
boop, bop,
bink, bink,
bop.
and handled the situation.
Damn.
You know, so
Oh,
and
so-
I think the ambulance took her away because she had multiple knots.
knots on
Knots
her,
upside her
her
head.
forehead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the moral of that story
Okay.
is stop running up on people.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, thinking you got hands.
Yeah, 'cause
because
it-
somebody else might have hands.
Nah, for real.
Stop running up on folks.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. you know what
Nah,
I'm
because
saying?
you
So-
might end up like old girl. We don't know her
Yeah.
name, but
Yeah,
we
no,
hope
no
you all
names.
right today, old girl, because you had some lumps.
And when we get the footage, I'm gonna bring it to the show. Might show y'all on another show. Show y'all the footage. You know how I do, because I tell y'all what happened. Then when I get the footage, I
Yeah.
bring it and I show
That's
y'all. 'cause
called
y'all don't-
receipts.
Yeah, y'all be thinking I be just capping. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? Nah, I
nah,
gotta bring the receipts.
it's no cap.
I gotta have the receipts.
It's
You
no
know what I'm
cap
saying?
and Ra's rap.
So, you know, my weekend was cool. You know what I'm saying? How was your weekend? Super one.
It was okay. So I guess besides me working, I recently, you know, we had that storm,
Yeah.
which was what on the 14th.
Yeah,
So
something like that.
with that being said, we did have some damage out at our place. So I had reported it to my homeowner's insurance, and the insurance adjuster came out. So let's just say I'm patiently waiting.
Oh, so hold on. So you saying like an insurance justice? So like you had damage to your home from
I
the
had some
hurricane?
things. Yes, I had some things.
So damage to your home from the hurricane, and then
Yeah.
when insurance justice come out, they see what's damaged. Then what you get? Like
They
a check or
dropped me
something?
my coins,
Your
bag,
coins? Your
yeah,
ching
cheddar,
chings?
yeah,
Ah,
run it up.
okay,
So
okay.
I'm waiting patiently to hear
Oh.
from my insurance adjuster. So pretty much that's what I did over the weekend.
Okay.
I was at work and I had to leave early to get to the house and meet the adjuster because Mama's house need a new pair of shoes. It needs some fixer uppers
That's what's up. That's
after
what's
our
up.
little storm. So that's pretty much what I did. Besides working, you know, I never stopped working.
Okay.
But it was a pretty laid back weekend for me. I was glad that the house didn't suffer more damage than the minor damage that we had. But even with it
okay.
being minor damage, y'all reported to y'all homeowners insurance. That's why we
do
pay
that.
for
Y'all-
insurance.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Anybody with insurance, y'all know how to use y'all insurance. Know
Yeah,
what to
that's
do.
why you pay for it. So
Yep.
I am going to utilize every inch of it.
Oh, that sounds great.
mean, yeah,
That
that
sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it sure
Sounds like
does.
some ching ching ching
Yeah,
coming.
oh, yes, indeed.
That's
So
what's up. That's what's
besides
up.
that, I'm at work most of the time, you know, because
cool.
I am always on the grind. But besides that, yes, it is a beautiful day today. It turned out to be wonderful, and
Nice
it's
day.
an even better day to interview a special person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did say we had a special show today.
Yeah.
So before we get to that special guest, we gonna get to how it's a nice day outside. You know, it might be a cool breeze. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
nice day.
You might, you know what I'm saying?
Cool breeze.
Might get a little, you know what I'm saying, a little drink or something. I
Oh,
don't
some
know. You might
exotic
drink.
trees?
You might get some exotic trees.
Oh,
You know what
wow.
I'm saying? I don't know what you're gonna do, but in the Rha radio show, we like to showcase talented St. Louis up and coming artists, and this artist happened to be me right here. So
That's right.
What
That's
I'm
right.
gonna do is I'm gonna
Because
play
not
this video.
only is Rha the host of the Rha radio show,
Yeah,
guys,
that's
he
me,
is
that's me.
a very, very amazing artist. In
thank
case
you,
you
thank you.
guys didn't know, so
I appreciate
what we're
that.
gonna do right now is check out some absolutely wonderful content, music that Rha has, and we hope you guys enjoy.
Enjoy.
Shout out Slap Grew Up Media, you hear?
Hello.
Good morning, love.
Hey, good morning. What's the word? What's going on?
It's that time.
Oh yeah, you're right. I bet. I'm on my way.
Nice day, cool breeze, a little drink, exotic trees. Top down if you rollin' like me. Big bank, but you rollin' on E. Another day, another dollar if you want a OZ. That's not enough, what you want the whole P. Money on the wood, make it all good. Money out of sight, cause fights, alright, now let's see. I got a bag to get, fuck all that average shit. I need a boat, I need a yacht, I need a matching bitch. Lamborghini, Maserati, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, level 3. Bulletproof, ain't no shooting me in the body, I'm shooting a video. We making a star, ain't no more breaking the law. I used to break in the car. If I do a crime now, then I'm taking it for. My new flames nicknames are Drake and Lamar. Rather be taking a jar or some real damn sticky sun rock, moon rock. Hell, I ain't even picky for real. I like to chill, lay back. Don't compare me to marijuana rappers, I'm straight crack. When it come to this rap, better sit your ass down. If I get the letting off, it ain't gon' be no last round. Infinity shots, I plot as my enemies watch. You niggas gonna get what Kennedy got. Musically, people be confusing me. I break them all, hell nah, ain't no rules to me. Let me know I'm not that nigga, nah, that's news to me. You let me know I'm not that nigga, nah, that's news to me. Other than that, I'ma stay in my lane. I'm the ink in the pen, I'm the thunder when it rain. I'm the powder in the shell, I'm the sound when it bang. I'm the heat inside the flame. I hope you have a nice day. Cool breeze, a little drink, exotic trees. Top down if you rollin' like me. Big bank, but you rollin' on E. Another day, another dollar if you want a OZ. That's not enough, what you want the whole P. Money on the wood, make it all good. Money out of sight, cause fights, alright, now let's see. Let's see, what's the day gon' bring? Someone decides to divide the team? Nah, I hope not, sound like a bad dream. I feel so good right now, man, I can sing like... Nah, I'm just playing. I do feel great, I ain't singing, I'm just saying. I'm thinking about life, how it's blessing a nigga, damn. This shit's unreal, I ain't stressing it all, fam. Now, back to reality. I mean, actually, they don't wanna see me on top. These niggas mad at me. Any reason they come up with, don't even matter. See you being a puss-ass nigga, charging my battery. I'ma keep working, I don't think you peeping my strategy. Baby girl trying to school me on human anatomy. The sooner the better, look, ain't no one better than I can be. Whatever I'm aiming to do, I bet I do it accurately. I'm him, nigga, H.I.M. I don't know if that's the new saying, but I don't sound like them. I don't do circles, cause I don't play around like them. Keep playing around, you probably end up underground like them. Last cats that tried, they was petrified. Hot metal left a motherfucker extra fried. Who need a Bible when they could be chilling next to God? If you're thinking I'ma let shit slide, I hope you have a nice day. Cool breeze, a little drink, exotic trees. Top down if you rollin' like me. Big bank, but you rollin' on E. Another day, another dollar if you want a OZ. That's not enough, what you want the whole P. Money on the wood, make it all good. Money out of sight, cause fights, alright, now let's see.
Okay, that was your boy.
You know what? Every
Rha Rha.
time I see that video, I remember actually that day when you did that, because for the people out there that don't know, shout out to the young lady at the end of the video. That is my oldest daughter, Kay Davis. Shout her out. She did that for Rha. Agreed to be his video vixen, and I think she was just as cute as a butt, and she's so cute coming up that walkway. So shout out my baby. I just had to let y'all know that was me coming up that ramp. That's my daughter. Shout her out, y'all. Shout out Kay
That
Davis.
was shout out.
Yeah,
Kay.
and besides that, that's one of my favorite songs of yours.
Aw,
so
thank
I'm
you,
glad.
man.
Yeah, I'm glad you picked
Appreciate
that
it.
one. It's got a really great vibe. It
Right
seemed
on.
like it was a really hot day. It just
Yeah, it
seemed
was
like fun.
Nice day.
Yeah, it seemed like it
real
was fun
hot.
to make. I did
Yeah.
notice your brothers in the video. Is that
Yep,
so?
my little brother and my big brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with that being said,
yeah.
I would like to get into none other than our second episode of STL Street Survivors.
STL Street Survivors?
That's right.
With who?
Rha Rha.
With Rha Rha? Oh, shit.
Everybody,
Oh.
we will be introducing introducing and interviewing Rha Rha today on STL Street Survivor. So if you don't mind, give it up for the one, the only, the infamous Rha Rha. Come on in the building, and let's get it cracking. What's going on? It's great to have you.
Thank you.
How's everything going?
Everything pretty good. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. We are happy to have you here on our second episode of STL Street Survivor.
I survived a lot of street stuff.
I'm glad you survived.
I'm
Shit.
I'm here.
Damn right. You don't take the real ones, please.
No, please don't do that.
So I mean, Rha Rha.
What's
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm sure the people are anxious to know. So we're not going to act like folks don't already know, who you are. You are indeed a man that wears many hats, So you are the host of the Rap with Rha radio show.
Yes.
That airs every Monday
Correct.
at 5 o'clock here at Overtime Studios.
Correct.
We would like for everyone to tune in, share, like, subscribe, and be able to check out Rha along with a lot of other great entertainers and artists that come up out of this studio.
Okay.
But back to you, Rha Rha.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit. Where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in St. Louis. I'm from the Southside. I mean, I did a lot of my growing up over there on the South Side of St. Louis in the city. Yeah.
Okay, so when you say grew up there, is that from adolescent through young adulthood, or were you a teenager into adulthood on the South Side? We trying to get a picture of your years and where they began.
Well, I would say,
I guess we trying to see when you jumped off the porch. So what are your years on the South Side?
let's see. On the South Side, I grew up from when I was, first remember, let me see. I was a kid. I was about, I say 8, 9 years old when my mother got stable enough for us to be able to afford an apartment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was about 8 years old and 9, somewhere around that area. And we moved on, I think we was on Minnesota. Then we stayed on 11th Street. Then
the infamous Minnow.
Yeah, the Minnow.
Oh,
we stayed
Lord.
We stayed right by the Marquette. The community center where they had a swimming pool in the back, and they had, we played
I'm familiar.
basketball.
I used to take my kids once I, was a young lady with kids. I used to take them over there because I lived on the South Side for many years as well. So, I mean, how was your experience on the South Side? Did you find yourself running into a lot of trouble, or were you able to pretty much sustain and kind of stay out of trouble? Because I know how the South Side was. I'm from St. Louis, and I know exactly how the South Side is and was, back then. So how was it for you growing up on the South?
Around that time on the South Side, my mother was going through whatever she was going through. So we moved every year. So we stayed in a different section on the South Side every year. So let's say we moved about 6 different times every year. So I done stayed Minnesota. Then I stayed on 11th Street by the where it was a boys club. I stayed on. Then we moved to. What was that? Dalewood, Louisiana. That was one of the places we moved to that was infamous. That's when I was about 12 or 13 when we moved over there, something like that. And then, that's where everything started. And then around 12, 13, and 14 years old, my cousin, he moved. He lived with us at the time. Then when he moved out, he moved to the dark side on McCree and Blaine over there, 39th.
Wow,
and,
you was on the South Side. Them
he
shows
moved
from
over
South
there,
Side streets.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically we just ran around the whole South Side as my whole my kid era. I mean, you know what I mean? So
were you in trouble a lot, with the laws or just mainly kid stuff?
Well, I think the first time I got in trouble with the law, it was me and my friend Larry. We was outside and we decided to throw rocks at we was about 13. We decided to throw rocks at cars that stopped at the stop sign, and then the police would come, and then we'd run from the police. And we did that every night for a while until the police actually caught us, and, they caught us.
I am going to say, I don't know, some people might disagree with me, but I am going to say that is kid stuff.
Yeah,
when you say, throwing rocks and you was running from them, that's still kid. You might consider that bad kid stuff, but there's still kid stuff. So when do you consider yourself where you jumped off the porch into adult trouble?
Trouble? What do you mean by trouble?
Like trouble. I mean, the Southside is a hub for getting yourself into some activities.
You mean like when I got caught for something, or when?
Yeah, I guess you could say when you got caught for something.
What if I got caught with nothing? What about, do that count? Caught for nothing.
If you got caught for nothing, then you shouldn't have been caught.
All right, all right. Well, I don't know what you mean by jumped off the porch. I was just out in the streets, just being a regular St. Louis kid, right? So I got in trouble when I was 17, but I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing wrong when I was 17. I got in trouble. So.
Okay, can you elaborate on that? What do you mean you didn't do nothing, but you got in trouble? How does that work?
All right, I was in a program called Youth Bill, and I was building houses and stuff, and I think I was like 17 years old, and they paid us to do that. You know what I mean? So I had little coins, little money in my pocket, and I was smoking weed at the time. I was smoking a blunt. I was driving in my Cadillac, two-door Cadillac, whatever. It was like an 84 back in the day, tinted out, and I seen the police, and they seen me, and they busted you, and they got behind me, and I knew I didn't have nothing on me. I didn't do anything wrong. I got license, insurance, everything is perfect. I'm super legit. So I put the blunt out. He's like, oh, I ain't tripping off the blunt. He like, step out the car. I got out the car. He leaned inside the car, and as soon as he leaned out, he pulled out a big-ass bag of weed, and he said it was mine. And I'm like, what? And he's like, what you doing with this bag of weed? And I'm like, that's not mine. So I'm kind of laughing like, man, you playing with me, nigga? I ain't got no weed. What you talking about? So yeah, he put out the bag of weed, said it was mine. And then he happened to be a Caucasian officer.
All right.
And he was with two black officers. They was younger. But he was an older Caucasian officer. I think his name was Seaghost or something like that on the Southside.
Oh,
so yeah, his name was Seaghost.
If you from St. Louis, that is
mm-hmm.
a name you know very well.
Okay, so this guy Seaghost, he pulled his weed out and he said it was mine. The weed I was even smoking was like some brown weed. He pulled out some lime green. That shit was reeking. It was smelling good. I'm like, damn nigga, I wish I had that.
Right.
But yeah, he said it was mine. Then he called a tow truck, called some backup, and then he told me, he said, you know, there's people over here selling crack and doing this and doing that. And if you give me some names right now, and I'll let you go. So if you don't tell me, I'm locking you up. I'm like, nigga, how you gonna lock me up? I ain't do shit. How fuck you gonna lock me up for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a female officer came in the car, and she was like, she started telling me my rights and stuff. And I was like, excuse me. I was like, you know, he pulled that weed out of his pocket and said it was mine, right? And she's like, what, who? I'm like, the guy over there, he pulled the weed out. She said, he did? She said, come here. She pulled me, and she walked me to the officer and said, hey, he said you pulled the weed out your pocket. And then the officer looked at me, and he said, his name's Seaghost. He said, what? You was sitting right on top of it. What you talking about? You was sitting on it. It was on your seat. What you talking about? And I was like, what? And I'm looking confused, like, wow. So now I'm starting to believe that they on some scamming type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? This ain't right. So then they set me in the car. A tow truck pulled up, and they towed my Cadillac. And then they took me to jail, and they charged me with marijuana and some shit.
So they free cased you.
That's what, yeah.
And so
yeah,
was this in the 90s or the early 2000s? Because I know back in the late 90s, early 2000s, that's when everybody and their grandma was getting free case.
This was the early 2000s.
Because you could get, everybody was getting a crack sale. You can get some crack. You can get some crack. You can get some. I mean, they was free casing us left and right. So that's absolutely a story that I can believe, because I know numerous people that happened to.
So they towed my car. They locked me up, and I did like a week or something. I don't know. And then I got out, and I felt like, wow, you know, I felt violated.
Right.
Felt violated because I was super legit. I didn't do nothing wrong.
And that also sets the tone for how you feel about law enforcement.
I couldn't get a gun registered in my name. I couldn't do a lot of things. You know, it changed my life like a lot. You know, it was a lot of things.
So you say this was around 17?
Yeah, I was.
You were about 17.
I was 17 years old when it happened. Yeah.
So, what was your process through that? Did you have to go through court and all that different type of stuff?
Yeah. So everyone that I knew told me to just plead guilty and just take it as nothing. You're gonna be on unsupervised papers and just take it because you don't want to go through a bunch of bullcrap. So I'm like, okay. So I just did a guilty plea, accepted it. They put me on unsupervised papers, what you like on probation, but you don't have to go see a PO or nothing like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I did that. You know.
And they start us off young.
Yeah.
You know, they want to get stuff on your name at a young age.
Yeah, but I didn't do nothing wrong, so it was like, damn. So then after that, like I said, I couldn't get a gun register. I couldn't do a lot of things. There were certain jobs that was looking at the little stuff on my record, like I don't know,
Right.
You know. And it was like I didn't do nothing though. I didn't have nothing on my record.
Yeah.
I just free cased me for real. So
Because by them not knowing you personally, that record is what they go off of. So they look at that and say, "Oh, this is a good person or not a good person," off of what their record says,
Right.
not knowing that knowing well that it's an individual that created my record. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
that's unfortunate. So I mean,
yeah.
going forward, so you got past that. That, like I said, that was at 17. When did you move off the Southside? When did you move to, I believe, North County?
I think when I was about 20 years old. Nah, I'd say, shit, was I 19, 18? I'm not sure. Let me see. Because my mother, she moved to the county when I was about 19 or 20. I moved out of my mother's house when I was 21 or 22. And we lived on North Hanley, and fuck, I forgot the name of that street. We was out there in Hanley anyway. Hanley St. Charles Rock Road, that's what it was. North Hanley St. Charles Rock Road.
And how was your experience in that side of town? Because that's a very different side of town than South St. Louis.
Once we moved to North Hanley and St. Charles Rock Road, I was still going back to the South Side because that's all I knew. You know what I mean? So I was back on the South Side every day for like years and years until money kind of slowed up on the South and started to be more profitable in North County.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm getting more money in North County than I am on the South Side. So yeah, North County, I moved over there and it was different. It wasn't like the city. I feel like people be talking about city and the county and they like kind of disrespect county people like they soft or something like this or this and that. But it ain't. The people is the people. It's who you are.
Right.
To me, the big difference that I learned about the city and the county was in the city when people was doing bad crimes and stuff like that. It's kind of like the streets are like just straight and across. It was like a checkerboard.
What are you talking about in the county?
The city is like a checkerboard.
Okay.
Streets is like street, alley. It's like, I don't know. So it's like if you're doing anything wrong and you want to get away, it's kind of real easy to get away in the city. That's all I'm saying. Like in the city.
That's funny you say that because I grew up in the city. And I just want to go back a little bit what you just said about that people say that folks from the county is you know what you were just saying about kind of they more softer or whatever, they kind of lame.
That's not true.
Okay, me growing up in the city, that's what we knew to be true, because I stayed right at the county line. So I'm in North City, and then right at where I grew up was like the beginning of Jennings, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. It was a county line right there, and my whole life that was the saying. People in the county was soft. Oh, they soft. Oh, county boy. You know that was the saying, county boy. Yeah. But I just think we did grow up differently because you talking about people in the city, we grew up with them alleys and gangways and folks in the county didn't grow up with certain type of environment. So that's why we felt like y'all was softer than us. Right. Because we grew up running through alleys and jumping dumpsters and running through gangways, and you guys didn't.
It's hard for y'all to get away. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even say y'all soft now. Like once I moved in the county and I seen how it was, I was like, oh, this a trap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You do some dirt out here, you can't get away.
And you get pretty much getting caught up. But in the city, we were I mean, you might seen us here, and then next thing you know, we 3 blocks over because that's how the city was set up.
Yeah, if you do some dirt in the city, and if you feel like you smart enough,
so I mean, with us saying that, did you find yourself getting into any trouble out there or
trouble
in
the county?
Yeah, in the county.
So once I moved out into the county, I get into any trouble? I didn't get into really trouble for real. I got into a couple situations, I say.
Right.
It wasn't nothing major, I got to a couple situations out in the county. Just a situation.
But I mean, if I may say, I have done my research on you, and you are not the troublemaker type. I mean, you're kind of like a biker dude, right?
I'm something like that. Yeah.
So, I mean, I just want the people to know who we dealing with here. I asked him about trouble that he's been in. That's just to try to establish a guideline of who we're dealing with here on the mic. I've done my research on Mr. Rha Rha, and he's not a troublemaker, guys. He's really a biker dude.
So I'm gonna explain this biker stuff.
And a sports biker dude. I don't necessarily mean Harleys and shit like that. I mean, this guy likes to go fast. So I just want y'all to understand who we're talking to on STL Street Survivors and why he's here. Because we did create STL Street Survivors have an outlet for folks that have been through life-changing or damn near life-ending events.
True that.
So that's what STL Street Survivors is. And Rha Rha is here today because apparently he has a life-changing or near-death
everyone's got imposter syndrome to a certain degree.
What is
and
what
the
are
only
you
way
doing?
to dispel that is to...
I'm sorry about that. I apologize. But you're right. You're right.
You must be trying to pull up something.
Nah,
It's something
I was trying to pull up. Every time I try to pull up something, it's gonna play some noise.
Yeah,
and
you
then
know that.
It's gonna interrupt you while you talking, and then
But-
every time you do that, you know.
But that's no, guys. That's what I'm
apologize.
saying. He's here because he has a story for us. So that's why STL Street Survivors is important because folks be having a place to come and let us know what happened to you.
So-
And it's not always no pion neither, y'all. If you know what I mean.
All right, so I'll tell you before I get to the streets survivor story. Let me play this music real quick.
Oh, you guys. See, I knew you was trying to pull up
I got a
something.
little music I was trying to pull up. That's why it it interrupted you real quick.
Okay,
My
let's
bad,
do
My
it.
bad. All right, let's see. How we do this? All right.
Oh, this my
This
dude.
right here, this
too.
J Diggs. This is a song
This my
called
dude,
Sneak Away.
y'all.
So
This one of my absolute favorites, y'all.
check this out, y'all.
Sneak
Ain't
away.
no question if she will or she will not. That's my sneak away bitch. We gon' sneak away, bitch. I don't think you heard me. Yeah, that's my sneak away bitch. When you get on my nerves, we gon' sneak away, bitch. I can run her to the curb, she gon' wait on me patiently. Put my life on her back, she gon' ride for me faithfully. Ain't no question if she will or she will not. See, that's my other bitch, and she gon' ride till the wheels pop. Early morning, late nights, and on the weekends. We do it moving, she with me, and we don't sleep in. I take her places only me and her know. She take me places only me and her go. I might suit her up and ride in the rain. And every now and then, we might ride with the gang. Yeah, my baby go hard. She got endurance on her. She put in miles, I got insurance on her. My bitch bad, not basic, and all the fellas love her. I'm just keeping it real. Hey, bitch, you jealous of her? Yeah, cause that's my sneak away bitch. When you get on my nerves, we gon' sneak away, bitch. A beast in these streets, my life is a party. So when I need some peace, I just jump on my Harley. Yeah, cause that's my sneak away bitch. When you get on my nerves, we gon' sneak away, bitch. A beast in these streets, my life is a party. So when I need some peace, I just jump on my Harley. Got it out the dirt like my last name. Diggs. Really put in work till the cash came. Facts. 120 on the Harley in the fast lane. Dre, he was Jay-Z. Me, I was Dash Dang. I do it moving all gas and left the brake alone. She try and give me some cash, I probably take her home. Another day on the road, I'm in another city. I'm at the halfway run, I got my brothers with me. A warm night on my bike, I take the scenic route. I live my life like a rapper, this what they dream about. Bitches love me, then hate, and then they love again. And I ain't really that fake, so I don't fuck with them. I pop the clutch on the hutch and leave her sideways. Might slide down the coast or do the highways. She steady calling my phone, she on some other shit. I had to hurt her little feelings, I'm with my other bitch. Yeah, cause that's my sneak away bitch. When you get on my nerves, we gon' sneak away, bitch. A beast in these streets, my life is a party. So when I need some peace, I just jump on my Harley. Yeah, cause that's my sneak away bitch. When you get on my nerves, we gon' sneak away, bitch. A beast in these streets, my life is a party. So when I need some peace, I just jump on my Harley.
shout out
That was Jay Diggs, y'all. That was Jay Diggs.
That's lit for real. And you know what? A lot of people, I don't know, maybe they're not paying attention, but at first you'll think he's talking about a woman, and he's not even talking about a woman. He's talking about his bike. So shout out Jay Diggs. That's one of my favorite about him.
Sneak away.
And I think it's a perfect segue right into us talking about your motorcycle life, because I do know that you ride bikes, and I like to talk about that a little bit. When did you start riding bikes?
So I started riding bikes. I don't remember the year. I had just turned 16 years old. My older brother had a motorcycle at the time. Like I say, we was living on St. Charles Rock Road in Old Hanley, and he was about to sell it. And my wonderful, beautiful mother, shouts out to my mother.
Shout out, Mama.
Yep. I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama. My mama, she told my big brother, she say, man, don't sell that bike. Give it to your little brother. And he was like, what? Huh? All right, fuck it. All right. So he was like, all right. So my birthday was coming up. I had just turned 16 or whatever, and then he decided to give me the motorcycle he had. It was a 250 Kawasaki Ninja. If y'all know anything about bikes, a 250 Kawasaki Ninja, that's like a beginner's bike. You know what I mean? So yeah, he gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? So I got on it, drove down the street. The first day I got on it, I crashed it. As soon as I got on it, I went down the street.
I did not expect you to say that. As soon as you got it, you crashed it?
Yeah, because I didn't know how to ride. You know what I mean? I just learned.
Were you hurt?
Like, I wasn't hurt. The bike was.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't hurt. So what it was, I crashed because on motorcycles, you can actually lean more than you think you can when you on it. So the bikes, the way the tires are made, you can lean like all the way to the right, all the way to the left. Like if you watch those bikes that be racing on the track, the guys' knees be touching the ground. They
right.
So
and
much.
I've always wondered, like, damn, it's a lot I don't know, because how the fuck is they doing that right
tires,
there?
The tires can go all the way to the side the way they made so they can lean. But me, my first time riding, I didn't think it could. So I was riding kind of fast, and I needed to lean to the right. And I looked, and I'm like, I don't know if I can lean that much. So I just jumped off and let the motherfucking bike fall.
Oh,
so that's how the bike fell the first time I rode. Yeah.
And so that was your first time riding and crashing.
Bike and crashing.
Did you have any more incidents after that?
Yeah, that wasn't right there. That wasn't really a Street Survivor story. That was just something. But yeah, I had a few incidents after that. Yeah. Some deadly, could have been deadly incidents. Yeah.
I imagine so. When you say that, it takes me to the mindset of, I don't know, maybe I was about 6, 7, 8. I was real young, and I lost an uncle. Actually, I lost a couple uncles.
Oh, to motorcycles?
Oh, yeah, in motorcycle versus car crashes.
Yeah,
one of my favorite uncles that I can remember as a very young girl was Uncle James. And Uncle James rode big boy Harleys.
Uncle James. Okay.
A drunk driver lady hit him way out in Illinois. On a road. All I can remember, the road was real long and wasn't nothing around but road. Yeah, so she hit him and he did perish from his accident. So,
wow.
Yeah, bikes are serious, guys. Yeah. It was a bummer, especially to have as a childhood memory. I totally have flashes of that night when we rode out there to see him. Yeah, it was terrifying. Right. So, shout out to anybody that rides bikes.
Yeah, shouts out to
because you know your life is kind of out there. You don't have 4 doors or a roof or nothing to protect you from idiots and assholes. From weirdos that just drive any type of way. So shout out to you guys that ride bikes.
Because like anything, it got its perks and it got its disadvantages also.
And I'm sure it's a lot of fun. I've rode on the back of a bike, but I've never driven a bike.
Yeah, so
I'm scared.
You don't have to be scared.
I'm a little scared.
I think whatever is meant to happen is meant to happen. However, you have to be on point and know what's going on.
Right.
So, yeah, I've been through a lot of things on the bikes, and like right now, when I look back and think about it, I just be thinking like, God damn, like what was I thinking to even get in those situations? You know what I'm saying? Like I was lucky. Like I wouldn't even put myself in them situations at this point. Right. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even do it.
I've seen some footage of people that like fell off of bikes and they kind of skidded and they had like road rash. You ever had that?
I had some bad. So let me tell you about a story of was this my first time I fell off a bike and went to the hospital, had some road rash? I think it was. So yeah, let me tell you about this story.
Sounds like it burns.
I was about 18, 19 years old. I think I was still a teenager. I don't even know if I was 20 yet. So look, yeah, it hurt. So look, this what happened. I think everything is meant to happen. I don't know, because how this happened. It was crazy. It's like I felt the energy of it about to happen. I was driving. I was on the Southside. I'm in the city of St. Louis. I was going down a street called Gravois. I was coming up toward a street called Grand. And after Grand, it'll be like going towards like I'm going towards downtown.
Right.
If you know anything about St. Louis, like you're going towards downtown.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going up. Once I get to Gravois, once I get to Grand, I'm on Gravois. Once I get to Grand on the bike, I'm in traffic. I stop. I'm looking around. I'm assessing everything, seeing everything, looking at everybody in the cars, make sure ain't nobody drunk or tripping and shit. You know, I look at the people in the cars when I'm riding on bikes, because you look at their face and you can tell who is who
right.
likely to crash or likely to do something stupid. So I'm looking at everybody, everything look cool. So boom, I'm about, I say 4 cars back from the light red. When the light turned green, everybody started driving. At this time on the south side on Grand and Gravois, there was I don't know if it was an AutoZone or Auto Parts. I don't know. It was on the right side.
That's that used to be an AutoZone. You talking about across from like a little gas station?
Yeah. Little gas stations on my left hand side.
And
AutoZone on the right hand
was
side.
to the right.
Correct.
Yep.
So someone
I used to live behind there.
Okay. Yep. Someone was right there on that street where AutoZone was at, and they was coming onto Gravois, and they wanted to go to Gravois, but they was at the stop sign, and all of us was going. No, they went. Yeah, that was Gravois. We was going down Gravois. We just passed Grand. Once we passed Grand, we going down. The car, he decides to come out a little bit. Not a little bit. He came out a lot. So he came out and he blocked a car that was in my lane. It was a car in my lane, and when he came out, the car ended up hitting him. And when the car hit him, it stopped. And I looked to the left because I needed to get out the way, because once they crashed, it was an accident right in front of me. Like, boom,
right.
The car hit him. We doing about 40 miles per hour as this happened. So I'm going up Gravois. So I'm riding. I see the car crash. Boom. I'm like, whoa, he just crashed. So now I have to get out the way. So on my right side was a curb. I can't go that way. On my left side was traffic, cars flying. I was going to dip over to the left, but cars were going. I can't go that way. And so I look to the right, seeing the curb, look to the left, seeing the traffic. And then when I look straight, now I'm right up on the
I can
car.
imagine. I was finna say you right at the car now.
And so what I didn't mention on the bike that I was driving at the time, it didn't have any back brakes. So this bike I was driving was a 250 Kawasaki Ninja. It was black and red with the red rims, and it had a pipe that sounded like a monster. But the bike wasn't that fast because it was a 250, but the pipes made it sound like it was. But anyways, I'm riding, and I didn't have any back brakes. So when I look to the right, see the curb, look to the left, see the traffic, it was nothing to do. I looked in front of me, and it was just a accident, and the car was getting real close to me. So I couldn't do nothing at all, I couldn't do nothing because it was coming so close. I squeezed the front brake, and then I just hope for the best. So once I squeezed the front brake, the bike, it must have went up like this. It went down.
Flipped you over?
Went up. Yeah, it actually, this is what happened in my eyes. I'm looking, hit the front brake, the bike disappeared. As soon as I grabbed it and squeezed it because the car was right in front of me, and I'm doing like 45, 50. I'm going fast here, and I see this car finna crash it, so I squeezed the brake like hard. As soon as I squeezed it, the bike just said, shoo, and it vanished. So now I don't know where the bike at. I grabbed the brake, and the bike disappeared.
Right.
Now I'm on the concrete, I'm laying down, and I'm sliding on the concrete, just sliding. I'm looking around like, what the hell going on? I'm sliding. I'm doing like 45, 50 miles per hour sliding on my hands. I had on the white tank top. That's all I had on, tank top and some shorts. So I'm sliding on my hands. When I slide up under a car, boom, I slide up under the same car that had crashed the other car. So I slide up under the car. I'm laying there. I feel something burning my back. I'm like, oh shit, my back is burning. What the hell is this? So I get from up under the car. I was under the car where the muffler was burning my back. I slid all the way up under there. So I crawled from up under the car. Luckily, the car didn't reverse. If the car decided to reverse, I don't know what would have happened, but it didn't. So I get from up under the car. I look up. I see the car that had caused the accident. So I look at the car that caused the accident. My adrenaline rushing. I'm just feeling crazy. So I walk up to the car that caused the accident. I look at them, they looking at me crazy, and I don't know why I was finna punch the person in the face. So I just reached back to swing, and they just took off. It was a purple car. I remember this like it was yesterday. It was a purple car. It was a male driver, and he just drove off. When I reached back, he just zoomed in the purple car. He drove off. He went down Gravois. He left. So I turn around. Everybody looking at me crazy. They're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh my God!" And I'm looking like, "I'm good. What's up? What's up?" And they're like, "Oh." And everybody was looking at me like I was a ghost or something. They was looking at me crazy. So I walk around, I'm looking for my bike. I see my bike. It was destroyed. And it was like all of the fluids that was inside the bike was on the ground. It was leaking out. All the fluids was leaking out.
Right.
Bike destroyed. I'm standing there. I'm looking now. So I look around, and then my feet started hurting. What the hell? So I looked down at my feet, and I didn't have on. I was barefooted.
You didn't have a shoe nowhere. That's what happens. Your shoes fly off.
My shoes was gone. They was, I don't know where they was at. I was in my socks. My socks had holes in them. They was toe up. Somebody pointed my shoes out. I went and got them. They was ripped to shreds, but I still put them on. Anyways, and then after a while, I said about 20 minutes, I looked down at my hands, and they just caught flames. It's like somebody just set a fire on my hands, and they was just on fire. So I looked at my hands, and my hands had blisters in my palms, and both of my palms, because when I was on the ground, I was sliding on the concrete, and I was holding my hands on the ground. I was just and it
so
was
you
just
skid all the
scraping.
skin off?
Yeah, and on my arms, like, just like
Right.
this. Both of my arms and my hands had road rash. Put
Right.
like that, real bad road rash. So the ambulance came. They wrapped my hands up. They put some ointment on it, and then they took me to the hospital.
That seemed like it was extremely painful.
It was.
Is it all your fingers and everything?
It was on the tip of my fingers, and it was in the palm of my
Ah,
hand.
I can only
So,
imagine. So the
yeah.
skin was gone off of your fingers, elbows.
Elbows, fingertips, and palm of my hands. The skin road rashed off, and so for like I say about some months, it felt like because they wrapped my hands up. And then took me to the hospital, emergency room, and then the police, for some reason, they decided to come in there, and this is what they did. Let me tell you what the police did, yo. So,
Oh shit!
the police walking to the emergency room, they told me to sign my name for these tickets. They said the bike ain't have no plates on it, the bike ain't have insurance, the bike ain't have this, the bike ain't have that. So they had like about 5 tickets, and they told me to sign the tickets. I said, look at my hands. My hands was wrapped up. I didn't have nothing but fingertips hanging out my wrapped hands.
Right.
So the police actually put a pen in between my fingers and told me to sign it. Anyway, that's what he did. He said, hey, sign the ticket.
They wanted your hand cock on that paper right then. They didn't give a fuck if you had your hands wrapped up or not. Wow.
Yeah, so what I did was I put the pen in between my fingers and I just scribbled some shit. And then they got mad and so that shit got threw out. I ain't never had to pay for no tickets on that bike or nothing like that.
Wow, but you know what? That could have been a lot worse though, because you went sliding down the street. That is terrifying to me. To think about my skin on my fingers being ripped off by asphalt.
Yeah, I mean, I had to. My hands was wrapped up and for a while, and all of my friends was, cracking jokes on me,
right?
Cracking jokes and saying, well, some people thought. Well, no, they thought I was about to go boxing or something. Because I had boxing gloves. And I used to box with it.
So it was wrapped up like for real.
It was wrapped up like this. And I'm going to tell you this. This is the true story. That's why I'm humble, man. I've been through a lot in life. So I'm going to tell y'all something. When my hands was wrapped up, if you put your hands out like this, both of your hands, and you can imagine you holding fireballs just burning out of the palm of your hands. Mm-hmm. And your hands are burning like they on fire. And it's like that nonstop. Like, I didn't take no Tylenol or pill. I didn't do nothing. I just was smoking weed and just chilling and living my regular life, but my hands was burning for like a whole month. And then after like 30 days, it started to heal. You know what I mean? So my hands was on fire, and I just had them wrapped up, and they was on fire. And as soon as I can be able to ride a bike again, I was riding.
You was back on that bike?
I was riding the bike with my hands wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? I had to, because the job that I had at the time, it consisted of me to ride my bike around and get my money.
Yeah.
So I had to, but yeah, that was.
So I mean, hopefully, well, probably not. Was that the last of your terrifying accidents like that?
Well,
that scares me. That's why I've never been like the really biker chick. I do like biker life because I had uncles that were in the lifestyle, but it scares me.
Nah, so for that situation, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, but nah. So I had a let me see. I had another one. I say on bikes, I fell. I say 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 of them was like major, and 2 was kind of minor.
Right.
I ain't gonna even say minor. I just didn't go to the hospital for the other 2, but I was hurt. I'm still hurt.
And would you say out of these 4 situations, how many was your fault?
All of them was my fault. What you mean?
Okay. So no.
All right. So look. That first situation I told you about, I felt like I don't think that was my fault, because before it happened, I felt the energy. It was like a boom, like the devil just came down and was like, yeah, something happened. I felt it right before I took off. Like when the light turned green, I started riding. I'm like, something ain't right. It just seemed like someone right. And then so the person like he was cool. He just stopped and caused the accident and it happened. So I'm like, damn. So yeah, I think that wasn't my fault. I couldn't get around that, I don't think. But I'm gonna tell y'all who listeners, watchers, whatever, like when you get that feeling, man, like I don't know, like pay attention to it. Cause
yeah,
I got
that's
that feeling
called your
a few times,
intuition.
like,
That's your sense that God gave you, and you should listen to it.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
A lot of us go against it.
Yeah.
You knew you shouldn't have went to the party. Something was telling you not to go to the party, but you still went. Yeah, you went anyway.
But it was like, I don't know, I probably could have made it right or left. I don't know, but I felt it finna happen. So yeah, that wasn't my fault. I don't think that was my fault. It was my fault that I'm gonna tell you this though. Anybody, when you listen to the word responsibility, be responsible. It was my fault that I didn't have no fucking back brakes. Now it could have went a little better if I had back brakes.
Okay, well I think that's upstanding for you to say it was your fault you didn't have no back brakes.
No, because I could have told myself I'm not driving this bike until I get my back brakes fixed.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I could have put it up. I had a car. I could have drove my car. You know what I mean? But I decided to drive the bike with front brakes only.
But I just want the people, the listeners, to hear what you said when you just took responsibility for an accident that was probably not really your fault. It was probably another driver's actual fault. But you're saying that you could have helped your own self by not even driving that damn bike.
Yeah, if I would have had everything in order with the bike, then I should have been driving. Don't drive a bike with only one set of brakes. Yeah,
I actually heard that before because they say like if with a motorcycle, if you only have front brakes, when you stop real hard, the butt comes over.
That's what happened with me. So
because you know what I mean. You dip down to the front. You know what I'm saying.
So when I say I grabbed the front brake and it disappeared, that's what happened. The whole bike lifted up and I went straight to the ground,
to the pavement, and began to slide down the street.
As soon as I squeezed I squeezed it all the way. I just because I was right. I was so close.
So
to
that probably stopped you on a dime. Then.
It did. It had to, because I was finna hit the car. I seen the car. I looked left, looked right. I seen the car. I'm finna crash it. I just squeezed it. As soon as I squeezed it, I'm on the ground. Oh shit! I done hit the mic. I'm on the ground and I'm under the car. It happened so fast. It happened too fast.
Right.
So that was it wasn't my fault. But
it wasn't your fault.
No. I think.
But you said you had two that were major.
Yeah, two that I went to the hospital. Okay, so that was the first one I went to the hospital in. St. Louis Street Survivor. Hey, yeah, check this shit out.
Yeah, because your ass could have really been hurt. And then not to mention when you went up under that car, you could have really had some major injuries from that pipe burning. What if that was your face or your neck or something? Yeah.
Nah, it was hot as hell under that
I know
car.
it was.
I was like, what the hell? I just got up. I got up from under there. As soon as I got up from under there, he reversed. If he would have reversed when I was under there, he'd have ran me over. I was under the car, like all the way. And then he reversed once I got up, and I don't even think he seen me. But the second situation, it was my fault completely because my cousin had just got a brand new bike. It was a 900 Kawasaki. I don't know if it was an engine. It was a Kawasaki. It was a 900. 900 is a big bike. And it was like they go from like, they got a lot of different number bikes, whatever. I got a 600 at the moment. 750s and 900s and 1000s, them like, they real fast. Right. 1,000 is what I'm about to get next. The 900, I ain't really seen too many of them. So when we had that 900, my cousin had it. He like, hey, I got a new 900, man. Come check it out. So I'm on the block. I'm on a street over from Utah. Was it Humphrey? I think that's the name of the street. Anyway, we on the street. I put on a helmet that it straps under your chin. But I just put it on my head like a dumbass. I didn't strap the chin under. So I just put it on my head. He said, ride this new bike. Check it out. My cousin, Will B. I hop on the bike.
Shout out Will B.
Shout out Will B. Shout out Will B. Free Will B. Yeah, we're going to be talking to him soon, too, y'all. Y'all going to get familiar with him, too. So, look, I'm on the bike. I'm riding down the street. I'm doing, like, a lot. I'm doing, like, over 80 miles per hour. I'm flying. Boom. As I'm going, this is my first time ever riding this bike. I'm gonna tell you right now, on different bikes that I ride that's mine, I could ride one hand, no hands. I could do all kind of tricks, because once I learn how to ride it, I know. This bike, I never rode it at all. It was my first time. So as I'm riding, I'm flying. I'm doing about 90. I'm zooming. The damn helmet on my head is my fault. No shit, my fault. It's my fault that this happened to y'all because the helmet on my head get the rocking off because I didn't have a chin strap on it. So as the helmet rocking off, I reached for it. When I reached for it, same thing. The bike wobbles and it disappears. It went down because I'm riding with one hand. Now, I can ride my bike with one hand because I know my bike, but this bike, I don't know this bike. So when I reached for my helmet, for some reason, it just went down. And I'm doing like 80 or 90 miles per hour as the bike go down.
So you were trying to stop your helmet from flying off, essentially. Moving around and stopping you from being able to see, right?
Correct.
Right. So when you lift your arm up, it threw your whole balance and the bike off, and that mug kind of fishtail wobbled and threw you off.
Yeah, so as I'm doing 80 miles per hour, showing off because it's all these people on the south side on this street. Yeah, it was Humphrey. All these people on the street watching me. I'm flying. I'm going fast as I can. I reach up with my left hand to grab the helmet to keep it on because it was wobbling. As soon as I reach up, the right side just goes down and the bike fall. Boom. And imagine I'm doing 90 miles. I'm going fast as hell. And then the bike just falls as I reach for my helmet.
And so what happened? Come on, I'm really anxious. What happened?
It was the worst day of my life. All right, so what happened was, imagine when you throw a rock and it skipped through the water. Like,
yes.
It was kind of like that. My body was kind of like the rock that was skipping. So what happened was, as soon as I went down, I hit the ground. Boom, and I flew in the air. So I'm in the air. At this time, I had on, I remember I had on a tank top and I had on a black shirt over the tank top, a little black tee, and then I had on some blue jeans, shorts. So I'm in the air. I'm flying through the air. I see the ground coming. I was doing 90, so I'm flying through the air pretty fast. The bike hit the ground. I'm in the air now. I hit the ground too. Now I'm in the air. So as I go, I'm looking at the ground like, oh shit, here come the ground. It's coming real fast. So now I got to position my body and position myself to hit the ground in a way to where I don't break any bones or break my neck. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm finna hit this ground hard as hell. So as soon as I hit the ground, I think I seen my head finna hit it. I linked up and I hit my shoulder. Boom. But remember, I'm going 90 miles per hour. So I got to hit the ground at least 10, 15 times. I hit the ground. Boom. As soon as I hit the ground, I'm back in the air. Boom. Like a rag down.
So you skipping the ground
in
for
my
real.
head,
You
yes.
literally skipping
my
the ground.
My adrenaline pumping. I'm in slow motion right now. So I hit the ground one time. Boom. I'm back in the air. I'm like, whoa. Now I'm flying backwards. I'm like, oh, it's hard. I don't know what I'm finna do. So I see the ground coming again. I'm in slow motion. I see the ground coming. So now I got to position myself to where my head don't hit the concrete because I don't have on the helmet.
Right.
So now the concrete is coming real fast. So I look and I position myself. I lean my head forward, hit my back. Boom. I'm back in the air again. Okay. I'm flying again. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the third time I'm flying slow motion. This is the only reason I'm in slow motion because my adrenaline is rushing so fast that I'm trying to stay alive. I'm trying not to break my neck because I know I'm a rag doll right now and I can't stop myself. I'm just going to keep on hitting the ground until it's over with. So I'm looking. This is my third time about to hit the ground. I'm looking. I'm going to my shoulder this time. It's coming right to my face, too. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm about to hit my face. Oh, shit. So I put my shoulder in front of my face. Boom, down the broken arm. Boom, hit the ground. I'm back in the air. I'm flying. And the people told me who seen this shit that I was, like, up in the trees, like, real high in the air. They said, man, you was all the way up in the... Because
That's because you was doing 90 miles an hour on a damn motorcycle.
And when I hit the ground, boom, 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 boom. Like, it was like a rag doll. I was just tumbling down. So I'm going to tell you, I hit the ground about I say 6 or more times that I hit the ground up in the air, hit the ground
kept
up
bouncing.
I was bouncing off the ground until I finally rolled over and then.
Because a lot of times people don't know the body is buoyant. You will bounce. You will.
I bounced a lot of times.
You will fucking bounce
on the concrete.
We have air in us and we have liquid in us that gives us buoyancy.
Yeah.
You will boom, boom, boom. Your ass will bounce right on down the street. So
when I got done bouncing, right, I looked up. And I looked down, and there was blood just coming down. So I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, from where? Everywhere?
I didn't know. I was looking down. I seen blood dripping. So I'm like, oh, shit. I didn't feel nothing. I'm feeling perfectly fine. I'm standing up on my feet. I bounced into the next. I was on my feet.
That's where adrenaline works, though.
Yeah, you don't feel nothing.
That's why you don't feel it until a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
So blood was dripping. I said, oh, shit, where the blood dripping at? I looked, and it was coming from my right side, and it was coming down my right hand. So I just hurried up. I took the black T-shirt off. And I wrapped up my right hand. I'm gonna tell the truth. I didn't feel my hand. I thought it was gone. I thought I was missing my pinky finger. That's what I thought. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? And I couldn't feel it. So I didn't want to look at it because I think I would have went crazy if I would have seen my pinky finger gone. So I didn't want to look at it. So I just hurried up and I wrapped my whole black T-shirt around my hand. And then it stopped the bleeding a little bit. And I looked around, seen a little blood, had on the tank top now. And I told my cousin, I was like, hey, take me to the hospital. And long story short, he took me to the hospital. I get in there. They patched me up, whatever I had, like road rash all over my body.
No broken bones?
No broken bones.
You are lucky.
Mysterious.
Something. You are a lucky. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not even, I don't really like the word luck. You are a very covered and blessed man because wow.
Thank you. I'm gonna applaud
for real, man. It's people that died from less.
Nah, for real.
And for you to be saying that you was bouncing your ass down the road like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
that
boom,
happened.
boom.
That
I've
happened.
seen that before only on TV.
Yeah,
I've
cartoons
seen
and
like
shit, the way I
people
was
doing
bouncing.
like 100 something on a bike, and then something happened where they fly off the bike and they literally bouncing down the street, and a lot of
True
people
that.
don't make it. That shit is
for real.
scary.
Nah, for real, for real.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So yeah, they patched me up. You know, the police came in there to do some questioning. I think I had walked out before they even got in there. You know what I'm saying? Once they came in, I walked out. So I ain't get questioned because the bike, I don't know if it was legit or not. I ain't even have time to be explaining nothing. I don't even like doing explaining. You know what I mean?
No explaining.
I don't do a lot of explaining. So
You say I don't like explaining.
I don't like doing explaining.
Okay.
So when they came in there, I just dipped out. You know what I mean, and went about my business. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was that situation. So yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, that's
blessed.
enough. I mean, you know, look, I know you're still an active bike rider. What do you do different now to not find yourself in those same situations? Because we here at the studio and in your personal life, we really like us some Rha Rha, and we would like to keep you around. So how do you find yourself not in that situation?
So right now, I just try to be smarter than I was back then. You know what I mean? And tell the truth, I don't do nothing. I gotta touch the motherfucking stove to see if it's hot. You can tell me it's hot. I gotta touch it to see for myself.
Right.
So
And then that's a lot of us.
I don't do nothing different. My whole life been like that. I've been having to get fucked up before I find out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I done found out a lot of shit.
Because we do know that's a passion of yours, bike riding.
Yeah,
folks that know you and love you know that's a passion of yours, and you're probably gonna continue to do it
I'm
into
ride
your
bikes
old
for the rest,
age.
forever.
Yeah. So wow, it's just good to hear that that's something that happened and you got through it, because that's a person being on the outside listening. That shit sounds scary. Anytime you talk about a body bouncing down the pavement, that's scary to me.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go through some shit.
Nah, screw that.
Sometimes you gotta bounce off the pavement a few times just to
I
understand.
guess so.
Just
but
to understand that. And I ain't gonna lie, what I was doing, the reason I got bounced off the pavement, I was showing off. I was kind of like, it was a bunch of people
and
on the
I
block
learned that's a lot of times when
shit.
stuff happens to us when we trying to show off.
Correct, yeah. Because those are 2 times that I was hospitalized.
Okay.
You know, I went to the hospital. But other 2 times,
you should have learned about showing off.
I should have. But after that, I did 2 more times I fell off. I was showing off too. I was popping wheelies and just doing stupid shit. And
but you also, like you said, you've matured now, and you probably don't really care to show off anymore, or you probably don't really care.
Well,
you care?
Well, I love the kids.
So where can we catch you popping willies these days, Rha Rha?
Anywhere where a kid asks me to. Cause look, when the little kids be like, "You pop a willie," sometimes they be saying this to people on motorcycles. Like in St. Louis, they see a lot of people. Motherfuckers don't even know how to pop willies on the motorcycle. So the kid would be like, "Pop a willie," and the people drive up and look stupid.
Yeah, because they ain't trying to crash just because the kids said pop a fucking willie. That's why they looking like that.
Correct. You right. So they gonna crash if they don't know how. You know what I mean? If they don't know how. So I feel like I had to go through practice of crashing. I had to crash a few times popping willies just to learn how to pop a willie. So when the kids ask me, I can pop one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I ain't gonna lie. Right now, to this day, if a little kid I'm riding just minding my business, I ain't gonna do it for nothing. Just showing off. That's what the other times it was. Let me see. It was damn, when they pop firecrackers. What's the name of the holiday they pop firecrackers and shit?
What, 4th of July?
Yeah, 4th of July. Yeah,
oh, you don't celebrate?
Yeah, so look, on that day when they was on 4th of July, I was riding down the street and people popping firecrackers and I just kept popping willies. I was doing it just to show off when nobody asked me to, and then I crashed. You know what I mean? So
okay.
That happened.
So I think the moral of the story is stop fucking showing off.
Yeah, don't show off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't show off.
Other than that, for like the kids, if I'm riding down the street and the kid tell me to pop a willie, just for his memory and how he feel and shit, I'm gonna be like,
because that's kind of like us with the firefighters. We used to always ask the firefighter, "You'll do like this to get them to do the horn or whatever." So kids will ask adults like, "Can you pop a willie? Can you pull the horn?" You know, just because it's cool shit.
No, true that. So if a kid asks me to pop a willie, I'm gonna go ahead and.
That's what you're gonna do.
Crazy. Only because I know how to do it without falling now.
All right.
Now, if I was just a beginner and I'm Papa Willie, little kid.
Well, I'm just scared.
Nah,
I barely want to ride on the back of the bike. To be honest with
now.
you, you can be a professional all you want to. I'm just saying, I'm just a little on the nervous side, and that just goes for anybody. When y'all doing y'all extracurriculum stuff and you're riding your 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers and 2-wheelers and all that stuff, just be safe and be careful because you still want to arrive alive, just like we want Mr. Rha to arrive alive.
Please.
Yeah, you got some music for us to arrive alive too?
I don't know. You know what?
What?
I don't.
Why?
Because when I was pushing all them buttons, I deleted the whole
Why'd you do that?
YouTube off of the screen. And you know what? Our engineer,
I'm not gonna do it with you.
Our engineer, like the only one who know how to bring the YouTube back up.
You deleted all our stuff.
Yeah, because you know what? I'm gonna tell you why. When I played the second video, right?
Yeah.
When it was over, I hit a button, right?
Yeah.
And it was finna play a whole bunch of stuff and make a lot of noise while you was talking. I
wonder should we blame it on Espanol?
I hit
No,
it ain't that. I hit the X button because I didn't want to interrupt you. So I hit the X button to cut everything off, and it just took the whole YouTube away.
Oh, okay, well.
And so right now I don't have a YouTube on her to even bring up the.
I would imagine that you probably won't do that again, will you?
Nah, no. So if we want to play another video, we can have your boy Demarius to come in here and put the YouTube back up on the screen.
Oh, I don't know about all of that. I don't know if it's that serious. You set up and clicked and deleted it.
I mean, it's, it might not be that serious.
But you know what? What I would like to say is, we do appreciate you sharing your stories with us about bike life, because it is pretty serious though, y'all.
No, it's serious.
Bike life is serious. People take it really serious, and we love our bikers, and we, like I said, we want them to arrive alive. So let Rha's stories be a lesson to us to just always be on our P's and Q's. And if you got one of them bikes that ain't got no back tires or back brakes on it, just don't ride it. How about that?
How about that? Because
you may need to stop. And how the energies work, it'll know you don't have no back brakes, and it'll cause something where you have to stop hard and fast. So, I don't know. Maybe just not use it.
True that. And I was going to say, I have a cousin named Will B, and he have some also some stories, motorcycle stories of street survivors.
He needs to call in.
No, I'm gonna have him call in. I'm gonna have him talk about his street survivor stories, because he actually hit a deer on the highway doing 80 miles per hour, and I'm gonna let him talk about that, because you guys can imagine.
And they say when you hit a deer, that shit be detrimental. I ain't never hit no animals on the highway, and I love over the road travel.
Imagine hitting a deer on the highway doing 80 miles per hour, not in a car, but on a motorcycle.
No, I can't imagine that.
On a motorcycle.
See, that's that type of shit. That's scary as hell. That's why I need to be in a vehicle. If I'm in a vehicle, it needs to have a roof, doors, windows. I cannot do that bike stuff where everything in this mama could just fly and hit you. Right. And I'm scared.
Right, yeah, so
I think even for a person that even rides a motorcycle, it takes a certain gumption. It takes a certain oomph to even do it, because it is scary. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying.
Yeah, I believe so, because
you out in the elements, and anything could happen.
Man,
that you're not protected with no car and no window and.
I don't want to hear about all that. I want to hear that.
No, seriously.
Because I love it. I love riding.
You can love it all you want. It's something it's not for me.
Man, it's fun,
I like to watch it.
I was born to ride
bikes. To watch people ride bikes, and I subscribe to all the motorcycle books and lowrider magazines and everything. But I'm scared.
But you ain't gonna ride one?
On the back of it?
On the back, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I gotta ride with somebody that I know is not finna play no games. Don't ride me fast. Don't try to bend too many corners or none of that. Don't ride like you riding by yourself. Right. Give me the tourist on the back of your bike ride. You know what I mean?
Right. I understand that.
Don't do me like that, because I'm afraid anyway. So I don't know. It's cool. I've been on multiple types of bikes. Like I said, my family is a motorcycle family. So.
Oh, that's what's up. I got another street survivor story on the bike where I had it was something small where I fell off. It was so anybody ride motorcycles, beware of gravel. Beware of little,
not gravel.
Yeah, gravel, just little rocks on the ground. You know what I mean? Because I was riding on the west side one time, and I'm on the back streets, and I'm making a right. I'm not going fast at all, but my back wheel hit some gravel, and it just slid, and I just fell. I fell right in front of some people.
When you say gravel, I mean,
yeah, gravel. I mean, not gravel.
Yeah, but were you actually not going fast?
I stopped at a stop sign, and then I had to go make a right, and then as I started to go, it was like what I call gravel. It was like sand and dirt. It was like sand on the street. It was like dust, sand,
I don't
rocks.
know. You seem like one of them guys that like to really.
No. I was driving normal. I was doing the law.
Okay.
Law-abiding citizen type of shit.
Okay, if you say so.
So as I was doing the law-abiding citizen type of shit, my back wheel just spit a little too fast, and I fell. And I was actually going slow, but this was one of the most painfulest motorcycle accidents I ever had. Going 2 miles per hour, yeah. So I fell off a bike doing 90 miles per hour, right? That was the last story I just told y'all. I was in more pain when I fell off a bike doing 2 miles per hour.
Why?
Because my back wheel spent and then my bike just fell. When it fell, the handlebar just hit me in the chest like Hulk Hogan, like somebody real big and strong.
Also, they spin out and the front hit you in the chest.
Yeah, when the bike fell, the handlebars turned in and it just hit me in the chest real hard, and it dislocated some bones in my body.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it made my bones shift, and then it was bad, and I was only going like 2 miles per hour.
That even further convinces me that I'm not getting my ass on no bike. It's too much unknown stuff. That don't even sound like something can happen. So you on some gravel, the bitch spin out, the handlebars broke your collarbone and dislocated his shoulders and shit. That's crazy town.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna stay my ass behind the safety of a car.
Safety of a car?
Yeah.
Okay, and you gonna go just drive to work in a car?
Yes, I am.
And then you get caught in traffic, and you gonna just
sit
there.
Well, I'm gonna arrive alive. Here you go. I know what you're getting at. You can get to places faster and more efficiently. That's not for me, Mr. Rha Rha.
I arrived alive.
All right, barely.
Barely.
Shit.
Ain't no barely. No,
you went flying down the street and bouncing. Your body was bouncing. I heard the story. You said you were bouncing in the air and going down the street. That shit is not cool.
Listen, all right. So these stories that I'm telling you, they are different stories. Like, I arrive alive when I'm going to work. You be going to work and shit in a little box ass car, stuck in traffic for 10 hours. Like, I can't get around nobody. You going to work when you could be on the bike and just slide past everybody to go to work.
Yeah, but you have to understand a bike ain't for everybody.
The times that I was crashing I was doing things.
You just a freaking biker and you think everybody should ride a bike.
The times I was on the bike and I crashed, I was doing things wrong. I was on my way to do something probably negative. But if I was on my way to work, I probably would have got there.
Well, that's a probably or a coulda, woulda, shoulda. I don't know if that's...
No, it's something like that. But at the same time, though.
I don't know.
At the same time. A bike is better than a car.
At the same time,
bikes are better than cars.
That's cool and all. Like I said, I'm glad you arrived alive. I'm just going to stay in a car. And you can have all the bike space you want.
Yeah, you stay in a car and get to your destination 30 minutes later.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave 30 minutes early.
You're going to leave 30 minutes early. And you're going to get there an hour later leaving early. Now, if I leave 30 minutes early, I'm going to be there 30 minutes early. Well, because my bike can leave me there.
I'm cool on all that type of time.
I ain't finna be stuck in no traffic.
With you deleting all of our content off with you deleting our content, so we don't have our other music that we were gonna play for our beautiful guests.
Man,
because
I was gonna play a bunch of music on this YouTube.
Well, you done deleted this shit.
I don't know how to bring YouTube back up.
I don't know. You did it. Damaris, he deleted all our stuff. I don't know.
Damaris, I clicked the X on YouTube and then the YouTube.
That's
went
why
off.
You just supposed to have gotten interviewed and not touched anything because you just.
Yeah, you're right.
But you know, we about to wrap it up anyway because it's been pretty cool talking to you, Rha Rha. We wanted to just to get to people to know you, but you know, I would like to say something before we leave. So, with our guests going forward, we are going to just have to start something new with our guests going forward because one thing that we can't continue to do is book our guests and they kind of cancel last minute on us because that puts the show in a bit of a bind because we do work in anticipation for our upcoming shows. So just know going forward that we are going to do things a little differently to assure our interviews because when we have interviews set up, the one that doesn't happen, that was a spot that someone else could have had.
True that.
And other talent that we could have been working on. So just know going forward, we're going to do things a little differently just to ensure that our time is not wasted, along with the time of our potential artists and guests and things like that. So
that sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out there because we do love what we do, guys, but we also love when the guests that agree to come actually come and we can, you know, get something good going together. And we do understand that things happen and we do understand that sometimes, you know, life be lifing, but we are running a potential business here and we just want everybody to know for the safety of everybody's time going forward, we're going to be doing things a little differently.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. I think we need to do something like that. We need to implement something to where
and we're diving more into STL Street Survivors.
Yeah,
Not
STL
saying
Street
we're
Survivor.
getting away from our artists, because we always will be here to support our artists and people that are on the grind and want to get seen and heard. But we are going to also make a few changes.
No, I understand that.
We're not about wasting time, guys.
No, we can't waste no time.
Yeah.
We can't do that. Not her. No.
No.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
So,
For sure.
just with that being said, we want to thank you guys for tuning in with us today. And check us out. We got a lot of stuff coming up, guys. Not to mention, not just we're here with the studio. We got other projects that we're about to implement. So y'all just stay on the lookout for Rha and Super One in the future.
Yeah, y'all check us out. Y'all know how we do. And in the meantime, in between time, I am Rha Rha, a.k.a. Rha to the same thing.
I know you're going to give us a quote.
And you know I give y'all quotes at the end of every show.
Give us
you know
something.
And I always give y'all a positive quote, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we like to be positive. We know that the negative is what drives the attention and get the views and all that stuff. That's the negative shit, you know what I'm saying? But some people might want to hear some positive shit at some point. And I'm going to tell y'all something that's true. Check this out. Now listen here. The more that you are thankful, the more you thankful, the more you attract things to be thankful for. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So if you be thankful for something, like you could be like, that motherfucker rich, I ain't rich, but I got a car. You be thankful for your motherfucking car.
Be
thankful you got
for
a job.
your hoopty.
Be thankful for whatever you got. You know what I mean? And the more you thankful, the more God gonna give you. You know what I mean? He gonna be, oh, you thankful for that? Here you go. You can't be having shit and be wanting and be, you know what I'm saying? So
That's
yeah,
real
so
shit
the
though,
more
Rob.
thankful
we should do a lot less complaining.
the more you attract things to be thankful for.
Yeah.
So you're gonna attract more things to be thankful for the more you're thankful. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my quotes. I'm gonna give y'all one more because last week I wasn't here. So this week I'm gonna give y'all another one. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna have more for y'all the next weeks to follow. So check this out. Sometimes you just gotta say no and ignore the guilt trip that follows. So if a motherfucker asks you got motherfuckers in your life, hey, they got their hand out and shit. Motherfucker got their hand out all the time. You gotta say no sometimes and then you gotta just you gotta ignore the guilt trip that follows. Because if you tell a motherfucker no, they might be like, damn man, you can't even give me this,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta ignore that shit. You can't worry about what they're talking about because you know what's good for you. You know what's good for them because you helping them might not be good for them. You know what I mean? You can give a motherfucker $10 and then they go buy a $10 piece of crack and smoke it, and it's gonna be bad for them in the long run. So you don't want to just give motherfuckers nothing and not, you know what I'm saying? You want to, you know. So that's one of my yeah, that's some good things I had to say at the end of this show. That's a quote of the day.
Well, we always appreciate your quotes, Rha Rha.
Thank you.
And we look forward to being here with you again next week.
You know how we do.
And you guys make sure you hit us up on our Facebook pages. You could catch Rha Rha at Rha Rha on his Facebook.
RHA.
Or you could catch me at Melissa Davis. That's Melissa Davis, Davis. Your girl, Super One.
Hey, and it's Rha Rha, a.k.a. Rha to the same thing. This the Rha Rha Radio Show, and we out.
Out of her.
Peace.
Stick at your day job. Fuck around, get bankrupt. YNs, they stay high. Fuck 12 in gang squad. Fuck, they gon' say bye. Niggas ain't have no way out. Long coat get stitched up. Trenches I just came out. Eyes right on the bad bitch. Yeah, she got that thing out. Aggressive bitch, she suck dick and make me pull my chains out. All in my hangout. Day in and day out. Look like a trap house. Rich nigga in the crack house. These niggas go berserk, dog. What the fuck is that new shit? We ain't heard y'all. Bitch bad, I come last, leave first. Hellcat, I'ma challenge her to skirt off. Red eyes and I'm biting down like a pet dog. I put the smack down, I fuck good when we sex raw. This y'all, I fuck around, get a check for it. Niggas found on the road dead, it's a wreck for it. Crash out, turn the dashboard to a headboard. Stick with me, you play around and be dead, boy. Yeah, we on the red tour. All I see is red, I'm tryna spread love. All I see is red. Surrounding my tunnel vision, I'm headed straight for success. They they tryna fuck up the mission. I don't need a lot, a few views, a couple listens. I am golden content myself. Let's get this chicken, monetize the mission. Watch how I move, play my position. If it's competition, watch how I spaz on opposition. I'm on your ass if you dissing. My response when I be written, I reply. Cause bitch, I'm bound to catch you slipping. I am different, I go get the paper. The shit's fun, I name guns. My main gun name Arnold Schwarzenegger. Make no mistake about what I said. Get in between the green, my view changed like beam. All I see is red.